All right, let's bring in somebody else who really is just like us, and that is the former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Always a joy to have you on the show. Welcome. Today, Governor, the President, Joe Biden, is heading to Milwaukee and then to Pittsburgh, which, as you know, are battleground states in this coming midterm. And he's a little bit on the defense about that really vicious speech he gave that looked, I don't know, it was blood red. It was very scary. And now he's having to defend what happened. I'm going to play a montage of Democrats defending him, and then I'll get your reaction on the other side.
He actually called out mainstream Republicans, Democrats, independents to come join him to help protect, to fight to protect our democracy. So it was about a specific, particular, extreme part of the party that has taken over.
What I see in this speech, I see words of encouragement. I see optimism. I see a commander-in-chief who is calling out to all of us, no matter our political affiliation.
Two of the hallmarks of a fascist political party are, one, they don't accept the results of elections that don't go their way, and two, they embrace political violence. And I think that's why President Biden was right to sound the alarm.
There's nothing the president said on Thursday that has not been said by leading conservatives and Republicans. I mean, Republicans and the Democrats are in large part in agreement. It's the MAGA movement that is extreme.
Governor, what say you?
Rachel, it's hard to take all of that in.
I know.
First of all, it's like when the White House press secretary says that all the Republicans ought to join Joe Biden, I'm thinking, really? Joining him in open borders? Join him in abortion up to the moment of birth, join him in leaving Americans stranded in Afghanistan and standing by as 13 servicemen and women are killed a year ago? Should we join him in inflation, gutting our energy independence that we finally had after 75 years, and now we've seen the prices go up? Gutting the fact that when we go to the grocery store, it cost about 20% more than it did when he took office. I don't think a lot of Americans are thinking, boy, that's a great idea. And this nutty Halloween-esque setting that he had, the only thing that's more bizarre is that somebody actually sat down and planned that. And they must have thought, boy, this is really going to look good. And I'm thinking, I think the designer of this whole thing, including the text of the speech, was Satan, because nobody else could have come up with an idea as bad as his speech and as divisive.
You know, Governor, at face value, it may look like Democrats are trying to say, hey, we're better for you moderate voters than Donald Trump or MAGA. But it looks to me like their strategy here is really about energizing their base. And it seems that the only thing they think would do that, not any of this legislation that Biden's trying to tout, but basically demonizing Trump again. It seems like Democrats think that's the only thing that does get their base energized.
Maybe they think that's their winning formula. But then again, what else have they got? Can they say, hey, vote for us. We'll take inflation to an entirely new level and make it even worse for your family economy. Hey, vote for us. We'll open that border and fentanyl could keep coming across. Instead of 100,000 deaths a year, we may push that number up to 200,000 across all 50 states. I mean, if you look at their policies and the impact of them, forget the personality of Donald Trump, and I know that's all they want to talk about. But the reality is we had 4 years in which things were getting economically better. They were getting militarily better. They were getting better in terms of our security and safety. And when I hear Democrats say, oh, these people who question the election results, you mean like Hillary?
Right.
Who questioned the election results in 2016. In fact, some of those very same Democrats didn't believe that Donald Trump was a legitimate president. Jimmy Carter said he wasn't a legitimate president after the 2016 election. So I scratch my head and I'm thinking, political violence, okay, yeah, I think we had a whole summer of that in 2020 when they were burning police stations and small businesses across dozens of cities. This is insane.
You mentioned one Hillary Clinton there, Governor. Here's why she says staying with Bill was the gutsiest thing she ever did. Cue up CBS Sunday Morning.
The gutsiest thing I ever did privately was stay in my marriage. It was not easy, and it was something that only I could decide. And then in my public life, running for president, I mean, it was hard. It was really hard. And it was, you know, trying to be on that tightrope without a net and nobody in front of me because it hadn't been done before.
I guess I was surprised that you said that staying in your marriage was gutsier than running for president.
Well, it was, in terms of my private life, it was really hard, but I have no regrets.
Your reaction, Governor.
Well, I'd love to see if Bill thought that the gutsiest thing he ever did was staying married to Hillary. Maybe that would be the other side of that coin. I don't know. Look, I respect that they kept their marriage together. I really do. I say that with all sincerity, because most marriages would not have survived the kind of incredible indiscretions that had been experienced and the humiliation of it all. So, yeah, I'm glad that they stayed together. Was it the gutsiest thing that she ever did? She says so. Who am I to dispute her? But I just think that on some front, you know, we're hearing now from Hillary Clinton. I can't help but wonder, does she think she's got a third shot at the White House? I mean, maybe she thinks I'm younger than Joe. I'm still functioning. I don't have to be helped to the podium. I don't get lost in a crowd and have to be rescued by the Easter Bunny when I get asked reporters questions. So maybe she's thinking, you know, I'm young, I'm fit, I'm tanned, I'm ready, let's do it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, maybe it would have been gutsy for her to throw Bill Clinton stuff out the window and onto the Rose Garden after that happened. That could have been gutsy, too.
It's quite a visual for television.
Yeah.
That would have helped.
She could have still stayed with him after, but made a point. But anyway, it's always great hearing from you, Governor.
Thank you, Rachel. Great to be with you guys, and have a wonderful Labor Day.
You too, Governor.
You too.